Hey everybody, it's your boy Pee back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the manhua. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Chinese name, but the English name is It Turns Out I Have Been Invincible for a Long Time. First off, I want to start by saying I got a new mic, so if I sound different, that's why. That's also why I'm not wearing the headphones anymore, because I got a standalone. So hopefully it sounds better. If it doesn't, or there's any issues that you guys hear, or basically just realized, let me know, and I'll work on making it better for you guys. But essentially, I want to talk about this comic because I started reading it the other day. For a while, I have basically been missing the misunderstanding comics, and what I mean by that is like Beyond Myriad's People, or like Above 10,000 People was another name for it. Um, and like Invincible from the start. For some reason I was thinking about those the other day, and like I have been reading I'm actually a cultivation big shot, or Am I Invincible? Like, yes, there are others out there, and there are still ones that are ongoing, and I do keep up with those here and there. But I don't want to reread them constantly. To a point, it's like I wanted something new that was kind of like the same, and it's been out for a while. There's like 300 or so chapters of it, but I stumbled across it, and I decided to take a look at it. Right, so basically, this comic is one of those misunderstanding comics like Beyond Myriad's People, but it really just isn't as good. But the plot point's pretty much the same. We have our main character here who doesn't have any spiritual roots at all. He's unable to cultivate, and he is in this cultivation world where there's mortals, there's demons, there's devils. Basically this world of cultivation. And he wanted to be a cultivator, found out that he has no spiritual roots, and so he was told he wouldn't be able to cultivate. However, just like all these misunderstanding comics, basically everything he does and all the people he meets, like, they all misunderstand him to be a very high level of cultivation. He's mastered chess skills, calligraphy, painting, and everything that he paints when he's playing chess. With these typical misunderstanding comics, there's great laws behind them, and very deep insight. And every time these random cultivators open or look at a painting, they're hit with sword intent that helps them break through, and they misunderstand him as being some upper realm saint that has basically just become a recluse and in this backwater town, right? Um, like I said, if you read Beyond Myriad's People, actually, I'm a cultivation big shot. Am I Invincible? The plot is pretty much the same. Obviously, they all have their slight differences, um, and whatnot. But this is typically just your turn your brain off, misunderstanding comic where everybody like simps for the main character and tries to win him over because they are under this impression that he has a really high cultivation level when he himself is completely unaware of it. You have your typical dog. Like there's like a, I wonder if it shows here. Um, Yeah, so like the Black Ever, like with a lot of these misunderstanding comics as well, they have like the Demon King Black Dog as their pet, right? And that's typically just what this comic is. It's a misunderstanding comic, and it honestly, for what it is, it is pretty decent. You can tell though, like there is a bunch of like AI assistants in the art. It's definitely not noticeable, like you can definitely notice there being like hints of AI, but it's not completely AI generated, so I mean it doesn't bother me, but I know some people might not like that. But overall, it's a simple, what you're gonna get with this comic, and it's a fun read if you're not expecting anything great from it. If you don't go in with expectations, you can't be disappointed, and that's essentially what I did with this comic. But it passes the time. I'm fine with it. But I know some people might not be into that. So if you're not, then you'll just have to skip this one, because I will say it doesn't even come close to above 10,000 people, or actually I'm a cultivation big shot. Like, I'd say this one was probably even worse than Am I Invincible. So this is probably the bottom of the four that I mentioned. But, you know, if you're reading it for what it is, and you know you're not going to get something that's extremely good quality, then you won't be disappointed because you can't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to talk about this comic because I started reading it. Um, and that's the whole point of this channel, is just talk about the comics I read, whether they're older comics, newer comics. Um, and that's pretty much all I had to say. If you guys like the video, leave a like, leave a sub. I hope to continue growing this channel, and I hope to see more of you coming back and helping me grow, and you know, just having conversations about the comics I love and that maybe you love too, and you just comics you want to talk about, let me know and we can talk. But that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.